Today's order of business is to build a panel right there for power, my pump, and a light switch up here, just like this one, with less shit. Good morning, I'm Devin Lipinski, and this is my 2005 Chevy Express 4x4 van build. We are going to start today with that panel that I just mentioned. I am tired of working on the van. I'm hoping in the next couple days I can get it wrapped up. I'm fairly lucky because I already had this kind of scribed with the contour of the van, so I'll just trace that onto my next board, my next two boards, and I'll go from there. And then I'll fit it in. I'll fit it in with this tool. This thing builds vans. I went ahead and traced that board to the size that we need, and we'll start trimming. So here is my thought process on this. I think it'll only be something like that. Then I'll line it up. And shoot it in there. I wish it wasn't perfectly at the sink, but I'm okay with it being there too. I don't really have a lot of choice. I got to cover up that support for the van there, and the power runs through it. Everything's going to work out pretty well coming right through there. I'd like to do a backsplash, but I'm just not quite sure I'm going to get to it. I may do something like this to keep stuff from falling back in that area and call it good. Maybe I'll do the backsplash on this and fit it in there. Look at that. Shit. I may have just figured this out. There it is, dudes. Wow, that just came together. That's cool. Basically hate wiring. I don't hate it, but it's just the most time consuming for me. Because I'm not an electrician. Those look good, huh? You got to make sure you got a good ground in there. Of course, this is grounded, but when you're going to hook up like the pump, it's only going to run to the positive here. And so I'm going to ground it to this frame or to the body, and I will do that there. And then I hook up this red to this switch. So we're just going to scrape some paint. Yeah, the paint is scraped. So here, I haven't truly got to test the sink and the pump and the pressure yet. But now I have it wired up. Let's see if we don't fry this thing and or have way too much pressure. It's quiet. It's just taking a sec. Cowboy trick. Here. So I just made sure that there was water to the pump. Now we're going to try it again. It did start. It is a self-priming pump. Now I feel like that pump is getting something. Not yet. Okay, one more try. Now it's got to be getting water. Not yet. I can't tell why the water's not coming out. I don't get it. It's plumbed exactly the way it should be plumbed, unless the pump is just absolutely garbage. It sucked up water. I have water on the opposite side on the low end of the pump. I got water here. It was sucking, but then it stopped. So I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, it is an Amazon pump. It could just be a bad shit pump, which in that case I can just order another one and plumb it right in there. So everything's going to be okay. It's wired. That's good. That means I can move forward with what I got to do, but it's frustrating when something like that doesn't work. I don't know if it's the valve in the sink or what. Can't take it out now. It's in. Guys, did I tell you I'm a Pollock? Because I'm a Pollock. The valve goes like this, up, not just this way. That's hot or cold. It goes up. God, I'm a dumbass. Okay, you son of a bitch. You dumb idiot. Let the pump pressure up. She kicks off at like 30 psi. No. I don't know. I don't know what it kicks off at. I should just stop working on bands. It wasn't even sucking water. The hose was right here. It's a lot of pressure, but we have it. Okay, the pump works. I learned how the valve works. Is it overkill? Yeah, I think 3 gallons a minute is overkill, but I can get in there and replace that at any time, and I probably will. But for right now, it works. Let's carry on building this little control center so water can splash all over it and electrocute myself and burn down the band. Sucks I had to notch that. I wasn't going to go buy more wood. But yeah, I had to notch that. But I think I can come down with a board. At the end of the day, it's going to be finished out as much as I want it to be finished out. And I'm so tapped out on this. I'm trying to still stay focused and do a good job though. I get the light right there and the pump. Well, we got it in, but we went directly from that to a little wiring spot because the light's so good. I went ahead and I mounted this light here. I mounted this switch here. And then I have a light right under the bed there and another light under the bed there for 30 watts of light on one switch. That way it's easily accessible and it lights up everything underneath. Check this out. I got lights under the bed. That will help for work in the morning when it's dark out back there. And it's accessible right here. You already said that. That one too. And or like a night light at night. Now I'm just working on this board here. None of this is easy. This is a big pain in the ass. So maybe you can forgive me if I don't film it all. Like I just put a wood screw, a torque screw up into there. And then I want to go down this with some funky plastic. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it. I got some white plastic, a 4x8 sheet. And I just don't know, but I might get going with it. I might go for it. So this is just a piece of cardboard. But here's what I'm thinking to get me by until I think I'm going to frame this up. Because I only got another day to work on this. I think I'm going to go like this. mount a board where my thumb is down. I'm going to attach that plastic to the board and then just wrap it up into there and attach it with sheet metal screws, which I can always cover up later, and that gives me somewhat of a good reveal. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is the sheet of plastic. It's called Polywall. Here's what I think my best bet for cutting this is. I'm going to take that board, which is a fairly good straight edge for this application. I'm going to measure over 7.5 inches, and I'm going to clamp it to each side, and then I'm just going to cut it. And it's okay if it's 8 inches and a little less too. So clamp it on either side and then cut it with a razor blade or a utility knife. Something like that. God, that looks potentially terrible. But maybe I'll attach it to that board. I'll use this really nice straight edge on the edge that we're going to see, and I can trim it as I go, or maybe not. A lot of people just use boards and brought the boards down. I'm over it. Being over it can make nasty. I can make some bad mistakes. Let's attach this to that board. I can already tell that this is going to be temporary. It looks like shit, but it's going to cover up them holes for now. And I'm going to go ahead and put one on this other side because I'm done buying wood. I'm over budget. And yeah, unfortunately, I got to leave it like that for right now, which I'm not happy with. Personally, I think the plastic looks like crap, but I think I'm going to just live in here for a little while, and I think it will come to me and I'll know what to do. But for right now, it looks somewhat finished. It's just not great. And I'm not doing the back just yet. Now is time to put my mattress in there. See what it looks like. The last one I had to cut in half with a Sawzall. I really don't mind doing it again. So well vacuum sealed, it almost looks like Kelly Osbourne. Who is going to clean your toilets, Mr. Donald Trump? Basically, I'm going to have to open this thing up and cut it with the Sawzall. I think I better just do that before it completely... Yeah, before this thing completely opens up on me, I'm going to cut about 4 inches off of it. I was going to use a Sawzall, but I'm just going to use a brand new razor blade. That's what I'm doing. 4 inches off of it. Just keep slicing. Then zip her back up as soon as possible. Stuff her in there. That's where she'll live. Okay, now to zip it up and cram it right back in there. There it is. Foaming out. I have to mount this. I think I want this thermostat right here. I don't know where else to put it. I think that's the best bet. With some double stick tape. That way I get up, I just hit that button. Let's just flash forward. Do you guys want to see the reveal? Because I'm done. It took me 2 weeks straight of working on this thing. Now there's a couple odds and ends to do, but for the most part, it's pretty much move-in ready. I'll figure some more stuff out as I live in it. Like that plastic I hate. But let's check it out. Got a full-size bed in the back. I can sleep diagonal. I'm totally comfortable. And if I had to have two people in here, then we could just crash and sleep right next to each other, obviously. I didn't finish the back there, and I hate the plastic, but I have water in the sink. I think this part's sick. I haven't decided. I might put a USB port in that piece of plastic trim there. I had to cut it to get the bed to fit in here. All this lifts up so then I can get to my battery pack. I even have those two lights underneath the bed. That's super handy for work and all sorts of things. It's great. Yeah, the bed is a little high, but I could totally sleep in here like no problem. Yeah, I could sleep this way if I had to, but you risk pushing out the window. So it's just going to be diagonal. It's just me. It's great. Wow. This is a nice little feature I got here. That's my thermostat for my diesel heater. That way if it gets cold, I'm ready to fire up. Get the sink over there. Everything just turned out pretty good, I think. I definitely love just those under the bunk, those lights. It's a good night light. As normal, if you guys have been watching this little build of mine, I'll do a better walkthrough later as I move into it and figure everything out. But if you've been watching, like and subscribe, because hopefully I can do some adventures in this thing. I'm not a carpenter. I'm just thankful to be able to have the access to my grandfather's tools and a little bit of money to complete something like this. Thank you for watching.